Mingalaba Kumia, I'm Angus Watson with the top stories for DVB. Burma's Election Commission announced on Sunday afternoon that 80% of voters had cast their ballots in the country's general election, according to media reports. The count is now well underway and almost all polling stations are closed. Voting booths were full to bursting for most of the day, with hundreds queuing well ahead of the 6 a.m. opening time for ballot stations in Rangoon and Mandalay in particular. Brandishing fingers dabbed in indelible ink, voters spoke of their excitement at contributing to Burma's most credible election in a generation. For the most part, the vote went very smoothly, perhaps more so than expected. Some isolated cases of minor infringements were reported, however. The National League for Democracy has raised the alarm about alleged incidents of vote buying, duplicated ballots and concern over crowded polling stations. They think the USDP in Irrawaddy division offered $80 loans to people with the proviso that the money would not need to be repaid if the ruling party won. But European Union Chief Election Observer Alexander Graf Lambsdorff said he believed it was a free and fair vote overall.
I can say at this time, on the morning of election day, that so far what we are observing is a procedure that looks as if it is rather reliable. It is not free of flaws or shortcomings, but we didn't expect that.
Aung San Suu Kyi was the star turn among a raft of high-profile voters on Sunday. The NLD leader cast her ballot before 9 o'clock in the morning, close to her home in Rangoon's Bahan township. A thick media scrum hounded Suu Kyi as she voted for the first time in her life. She was locked up in 1990 and not eligible to vote for herself in the 2012 by-election, as she lives outside her Kormu constituency. The NLD chairperson spent the afternoon in the southern Rangoon township, where she is defending her lower house seat. Less of a fanfare welcomed her opponents to the ballot boxes, but even without the crushing crowds of fans and reporters, the ex-military officials from the USDP were quiet and confident of victory. Thein Sein and current military chief Min Aung Hlaing voted in Naypyidaw. Shui Man, recently cast out as the party's chairman, was likewise confident that the vote was going smoothly. Well away from the limelight, hundreds of voters turned out to a polling station in a Muslim area of Rangoon on Sunday. Both main political parties have drawn international criticism for refusing to field Muslim candidates. Only a handful of Muslim candidates are running for parliament at all. Muslim voters, however, remained keen to have their say. Remain with DVB for all the election coverage as the results come in. I'm Angus Watson. Bye for now.